Cassie and Anna. Anna, I'm going to ask you a question. You have nieces galore. Nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
8 of them. Your sister Mary on the prairie has 8 of them. What do you think about, like, if you're in public and you see a kid having a meltdown, one of your nieces or nephews or any kid,
Yeah.
and you see that and you see the parent just immediately go, here's a tablet. It's kind of like a pacifier.
Yeah.
They hand the tablet over, the kid stops crying. What do you think?
What do I think about that?
Let me ask you more specifically. Do you think it's the easy way out? Do you think it's overused?
I've got a complex answer. Yeah, I do. But I also think, because we're not parents, so anything we say really doesn't matter.
That is true.
I do think it's the easy way out. I also think if I were a parent and my kid was embarrassing me in public, I would probably do that. But looking at my sister, who has 8 kids, and they go out in public all the time, they don't have that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They never have since they didn't grow up with those things. There's little ones. The oldest is 10 and all the way down to 1-year-old twins. Because they never had it, they don't know what it is. So that is not a thing for them. So
Yeah.
I do think when it's introduced to you as a young kid, then you know what it is. So then you want it. If you never saw it, you never want it.
That's my viewpoint.
That's yeah.
Okay, so again, I'm not a parent, Anna's not a parent, but I compare it to this. And by the way, if anybody has an opinion, which they do, you just call us right now. We'll be happy to chat with you on the phone. We're going to talk to our producer, Jake, here in a second, who is just foaming, chomping
His
at the
leg
bit.
is shaking.
He's the only parent in this room.
Yeah.
I will say this. I compare this to my dog, Jackson, who's 9 years old.
Oh,
For the first
gosh.
4 years of his life, I wouldn't give him any table scraps whatsoever, and he never begged. He never sat there and looked at me when I
Because
ate.
he didn't know what it was.
I did it one time, and he's like, "Oh, this is an option,"
Yes.
and now I've created a
A
beast.
monster. Yeah.
Jake, you're talking to a couple non-parents in here. Jake's a parent. Jake's got 2. He's got Max, who's 2, and he's got young Chase, who's coming up on 2 months old.
Yep.
Jake, do you think parents? What do you and your wife? How do you and your wife handle this?
We do let him have his tablet, and we do let him watch things. He loves Miss Rachel. He's learned a lot from Miss Rachel. It's a lot. We make sure it's a lot of education, not just crap. But it is a necessity at times. It's not great. I don't want him to use it. We try to promote books. We try to promote independent play, build your tiles, build your towers, go over the alphabet. We do those things with him. But at times, like when he needs to go to bed, or if he's having an absolute meltdown in public, sometimes you got to lean into it.
So here's my question then. I didn't have a tablet. I really don't
Yeah.
want to be my parents didn't
Back
have that
in
option.
my day.
Let me tell you something.
But it's true,
But let me
though.
lean
It
in.
is true.
Back in my day, that wasn't an option. We had our meltdowns, and I honestly don't know how they dealt with it. It was either, I'll give you something to cry about if you don't stop crying, or there was something else. I don't know. So I'm like, is it because you made that an option that he's like, I know you can do it. And by the way, can you take it away? Is it possible to take away that option?
In public, here's the thing. So like when we can take it away, and he does okay when we can get him to do something else. It's very easy for us to do that. We had an incident the other night where we went to dinner, and he was just being a complete butthead all day. He was having a bad day, wasn't feeling great, all a little under the weather. And we were at dinner, and I had to take him outside twice to be like, you cannot act like this. You got to calm down. When we came in, we brought in 4 books for him to read, and he read his books, and he colored, and he was fine. But then he lost his mind.
Yeah.
And after the second time of going outside, I had my phone, I put on Miss Rachel, and he was silent and quiet the whole time.
Well, it sounds like he got what he wanted.
Okay.
But he wasn't asking for that. He was acting.
But
he was
why
just
did he
acting
quiet?
bad.
Why did he quiet down with the tablet and not the books then?
Because it was just what he wanted. He got, I guess.
How
I guess
did
I'm
the
not-
tablet get introduced? That's what I'm curious. Like, because seriously, as a
We
parent,
gave
when
him
does it start?
We gave him the tablet for. He got the tablet for Christmas. My mom and dad got it for him.
Yeah.
And
boy.
we used it for
Oh, boy.
for educational. But now I'll say this also, because you might see him use the tablet. Now I want to be clear. I don't think it's good for kids who are like locked in with the headphones and the tablet to be standing there 24/7. I think that's terrible.
Yeah.
But my kid is pretty smart. And a lot of the reason why he's pretty smart is because of the stuff he's watched on his tablet, like Miss Rachel and stuff. He literally can do his alphabet. He can count to 20. He can do colors. He knows all his animals.
So
he's very smart because of that.
tell me this. Is this just the world that we live in where kids get tablets as Christmas
Yeah.
gifts now, and that's the gifts that they get
well-
because that's the toys that are available in stores, and it's just what it is? Like,
Yeah,
is that
to an
what
extent.
this is
I mean,
about?
Jesse's dad, like you said, Jesse's dad had to go, I'll give you something to cry about. I'm not doing that to my kid. I don't want
No,
to.
no, 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 no.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm not saying
saying
he was. I
that.
understand, but I'm saying like there's options now.
Okay, let's see. Call us. We'd like to get some opinions on this. Jake will get fired up by the end of this. He's already.
He already
Yeah,
is.
he's already
I
coming out
see it
like-
in his eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Call us up. We'll get an opinion on this. Do you think phones and tablets are the easy way out for kids? Hot topic this morning. Let's hear from you. Our producer Jake has a 2-year-old son, a 2-month-old son on top of that too. So it's Max and young Chase. And you, for the most part, you and your wife use books to keep him appeased in public. But every now and then you bust out the tablet when he's having a little bit of a meltdown. And it's Miss Rachel. So it's like a little learning thing. And you say it's a tool in the toolbox.
Yes.
My question is, are phones and tablets the easy way out? I'm not a parent. Anna's not a parent.
Yeah.
Jake is really the only expert in this room. We both have nieces and nephews, but from my viewpoint, I do feel like it kind of goes that way a little bit sometimes. Jamie, do you think phones and tablets are the easy way out for kids?
Yes,
And why do you think that?
I agree with Jesse. I think it's the easy way out for parents to do it. We went to dinner last night at Texas Roadhouse, and there was a family next to us, a mom and grandma with 3 kids, and I gave her kudos. They had no electronic devices out, and I told her kids were amazing. You know, she was entertaining the kids and play games, color, do all that kind of things. Electronics do too much other things and zone them out from family activities.
So let's play devil's advocate here. Jake, let's say that's the scenario, which I think that probably does happen to you a lot, right?
It was literally the scenario the other night.
And then what happens?
So we went in, he was reading his books. The table next to us said, "Oh, that's so great that he's using books and not electronics." But after the second blow up, I put the tablet out for him and he had calmed down. And that is exactly when we use it, because he is at that point, he is inconsolable. And we as parents don't want him acting crazy. I would rather him quietly sit there and watch an educational video for a few minutes than scream and ruin everyone's time in the whole restaurant.
Well,
that's ridiculous.
How did people console kids in the past? Or did they just go, we're going outside? Like, that's an option too, right? Like,
Yeah, and we did. I did that multiple times, and it still didn't work. We had to eat. I was starving, and so it was like
So
we gotta go.
you're getting hangry.
I'm
you don't,
getting
you're
angry
out
and
with your
frustrated.
wife.
So it's like,
you
look,
want to have a good
we're
time
gonna
with your
sit
wife.
there, and now is it any time he throws a tantrum, do we throw the tablet in his face? No. But when it's a situation like that where we're in public and we're trying
Then you
to
will.
do something like just eat a meal, and we've already ordered, there's no, we're going to do this to let him calm down, let him relax. When kids are in that level of like, I'm losing my mind, not a lot's going to bring them down. And you trying to sit there and quietly be like, you need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. It's not going to work. So let's get him calm. Let's get him reset, and then let's adjust it.
Anna, will you hand Jake a tablet, please?
Jake needs a tablet
he's
right
on
now.
one.
You need to
I'm
get
gonna-
out.
I'm gonna watch some
Sit and watch
TikToks.
it.
Please, would you
Listen.
put only Miss Rachel, though. Educational only.
I think, we got another call.
No, I was just going to say thank you so much for Jamie for calling. What about you? Is this a yes or no? Do you think they're overused?
Yes, we do not use tablets. I will have a 2-year-old next month, and Dad and I have agreed that he is not going to be a tablet kid.
So what
That's
do you?
so funny. I said the exact
Hold
same
on,
thing.
hold on. What do you do when your almost 2-year-old is throwing a tantrum in public? How do you handle that?
We usually will walk outside like Jake did. Thankfully, the times we have gone out to eat, my kiddo is ready to chow down and eat with us. So until the food comes, I do bring snacks for him to get him occupied.
That's
on snacks
great.
Until the food comes.
That's what works. That's what works for me.
You know who else did that? Jake. Now wait, hold on. How old is you said you're about to have a 2-year-old? How old are they? When do they turn 2?
July 22nd.
July 22nd. Okay, I'm going to say this as a parent. A 18, 20-month-old kid is a lot different than a 2-year and 2-month-old kid. Like, it is the tantrums he's throwing now are very different. It's not like, because before that, he would just come and eat and he would look around. This is crazy. And if he cried, it was because he needed his diaper changed or he was hungry and we'd give him a snack and he was fine. These are different types of tantrums now. It's not the same.
Oh, now I'm scared for the more tantrums because
I'm just saying.
No,
Because we said the same thing.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do the tablets.
Jake, now you're fear mongering. Okay, like just
He
let her
said,
live.
"Just
Let her
you
be-
wait."
Hey, thank you so much for
Thanks.
calling. Thank
You're
you.
going to be great.
Thank you.
Thank
Miss
you.
Rachel, do you have that pulled up for Jake? We
Yeah,
ready to
get
go?
on, Jake,
Educational
and come on
program?
now.
I'm
Get
getting
your
fired
YouTube.
up.
All right. Thank you for the calls.